Tax evasion is not a joke. Don't ever commit tax fraud, y'all. Just pay your taxes. I know it's a hassle, but you're gonna go to jail if you commit tax evasion. Last week, I made a video talking about Cha Eun-woo. He is a K-pop star who evaded taxes when before going to the military, and people are saying that he had avoided the tax thing. My goodness, why can't I talk today? I can never talk properly, but they're saying that he went to the military, as all Korean men are required to go to the military at some point when they turn 18, and they have to serve at around 2 years. They say he went there to intentionally delay the paying the taxes, but from his perspective that I addressed was, he said that he couldn't have time to file his taxes before he went to the military, and now that he's in the military, he couldn't do much about it until now. He says he will try and get it done, but we've got some new information, and this isn't like completely new. There were talks about how there might be some money laundering scheme regarding his parents' restaurant, but I felt like I didn't get enough details about that until now. It says here, Eojo Yun. God, if they didn't have that romanized, like if they had that straight up in Korean, I would know. But Charcoal Eel is a restaurant operated by Cha Eun-woo's parents in a location on Ganghwa Island. The address of Corporation A one-person planning family corporation linked to Cha Eun-woo that receives settlement payments beyond personal income, was registered at the site of this restaurant. This led to suspicions that Corporation A might be a paper company unrelated to entertainment agency corporations, sparking tax evasion allegations. Basically, they're saying that this might be the Los Pollos Hermanos of Gustavo Fring, but Korean version. And reading more from this is saying, amid this, a similar named eel restaurant called Eojoyeon Cheongdam opened in Cheongdam-dong, Gangnam-gu, Seoul, drawing attention. Given the differences in real estate regulations between Ganghwa Island and Seoul, some criticize this as a loophole to avoid legal entity address registration, but the agency has now drawn a clear distinction by clarifying it as a separate legal entity. To put it in layman's terms, it's just the Los Pollos Hermanos Gustavo Fring in Korean version. So they're saying that, from, if I am reading this correctly, that his family's restaurant might be used from the corporate, the label that he is under, to use that to avoid taxes by throwing in some of that money into a different corporation to have that take responsibility, and rather that the agency doesn't have to worry about paying the taxes themselves. If that's what I am reading this correctly. I had to read this 3 times. If I am wrong, please let me know. That's what I'm seeing. All I can think of right now, reading this, is just Breaking Bad. That's all I can think. Money laundering scheme, basically. It's just still bad. Avoiding taxes is still bad. That's basically what they're saying. But it says here, a Fantagio, I don't know, representative. Fantagio, by the way, is the label that Cha Eun-woo is under. Said the currently operating Cheongdam is an entirely separate legal entity from the one at that's his parents' restaurant. The one in Cheongdam is operated by Fantagio M, a 100% subsidiary of Fantagio, officially expressing their stance. So, basically, they're denying the claim that his parents' restaurant is not being used as some, like, shell company to avoid whatever, if I'm using these terms properly, but they're saying that's just his family's restaurant as is, and the one that we have in Cheongdam, which his parents' restaurant is in Ganghwa, that's not ours. Ours is in Cheongdam. They just happen to have the same name, apparently. But I don't know. Given everything that's happened, it says here that this is probably the biggest tax evasion in Korea, like in history of Korean entertainers, and such that if this was run by Fantagio, I don't know if I'm saying it. I'm gonna just say Fantagio. If I'm mispronouncing it, I apologize. I butcher names. This is what it be. People think that if it was run by Fantagio, it would still be connected to Cha Eun-woo, which I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think that's pretty logical, given that this is such a weird thing that's going on right now. Like, they happen to have the same name, and they're in different areas in which the tax regulations are actually different. They state that right here. The tax regulations are sort of different, or at least not tax regulations. I'm sorry, real estate regulations. I don't know if that's exactly the same, but it's still weird. Both restaurants are currently being investigated by the tax corporation, so it wouldn't be too crazy to think that maybe there might be something like a illegal scheme going on, money laundering. Of course, that's basically what this is about. This just shows that for the people who were defending him, or I want to say defend, but they were saying like, oh, like we're on your side, don't worry about it. Tax evasion, it's no big deal. Everyone does it all the time. Like I forget to file my W-2s, it's fine. But it's like, with this new information, how can you exactly defend him? How can you say, oh, it's okay, it's okay? No, I'm clear. This is my conspiracy theory. I think bro just wanted to not pay his taxes, and the label that he is under didn't want to do that. Also, there's some grand scheme going on that might be revealed later. If not, whatever. I'm completely wrong. I'm a lunatic. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this whole thing is just very weird. But there's nothing really much to say. So yeah, I just thought maybe I should do a follow-up because I made that video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.